Quiet on the set. Stand by, camera one. Roll camera.
Hello, this is Franklin Mayfield, and I want to welcome you to this edition of OnlyBelieve.tv News. Michigan abortionist tosses patient records, aborted babies, into the trash. When Monica Miller, director of Citizens for a Pro-Life Society, checked the trash of Michigan abortionist Alberto Harady, she couldn't believe her eyes. She found patient medical records, hazardous waste, and aborted babies. Medical waste, which by law includes the human remains of preborn babies, are to be kept separate from normal trash. But apparently that was not happening at the Women's Care Clinic in Lathrop Village, Michigan. We have the hand, probably of a 6-week-old aborted baby, Miller said, on videotape she made at the dumpster. Also discovered were syringes, used IV bags, used drug vials, ultrasound pictures, and detailed abortion and medical records. Harady blamed the sloppiness of a new staffer, but pro-life speaker and blogger Jill Shank said she is skeptical. Pro-lifers went through dumpsters at 3 of his 6 abortion mills and found similar items on 4 separate Saturdays over the course of a month, she said. So this is obvious part of how this guy operates. State officials are investigating. Miller said she is hopeful Harady will be brought to justice. We are very confident some criminal charges are going to be filed against him, she said. In the meantime, Miller is working at a funeral home to have proper burials for the babies who were found in the... Virgin Dialogues tells students the truth about sexuality. Marie Connolly, Director of Operations and Research at South Carolina's Palmetto Family Council, has helped to create the Virgin Dialogues. Unlike the touring Vagina Monologues play, which promotes radical feminism, the Virgin Dialogue spreads the truth about sexuality. At its February 28th debut event, dozens of students at the University of South Carolina gathered to hear its message of hope and healing. There are so many messages on campus that are promoting promiscuity and not promoting purity, Connolly said. People aren't hearing the other message. There are 2 messages. One of them has to be false. She hopes to take the Virgin Dialogues to other campuses around the country. Mississippi Senate passes covenant marriage legislation. A bill to create covenant marriages, which would require couples to undergo premarital counseling and would put tighter restrictions on the grounds for divorce, is awaiting House approval in Mississippi after the Senate passed it this week. People applying for covenant marriage license would sign a statement saying, "I promise to seek counsel in times of trouble. I believe that I have chosen my life mate wisely and have disclosed to him or her all facts that may adversely affect his or her decision to enter into this covenant with me." Senator Joe Filligan is the bill's author. The idea is to really make sure people have thought seriously about what they're getting into before they get married, he told the Associated Press. Arkansas, Louisiana, and Arizona have the option of covenant marriage. Oklahoma is among the states considering legislation to create it this year. More in OnlyBelieve.tv World News. Doctors in Wales advised abortion, but the baby was born healthy. A Wales couple are enjoying their healthy 5-month-old son after they defied doctors' recommendation to abort him. Before Brandon Kramer was born, doctors diagnosed him via an MRI scan with a rare brain disorder that reportedly would cause deafness and blindness. Becky and Chris were told their son probably would survive only a few hours. Just weeks before Brandon's birth, doctors recommended abortion. The couple ignored doctors' advice and welcomed a healthy boy on October 1st, 2007. He is now teething and attempting to talk. The parents are going public with this story now because they want it to serve as a warning for other parents advised to abort their babies. Sweden keeps pornography out of prisoners' hands. Swedish Parliament voted January 23rd to give correctional facilities power to keep pornography and other non-beneficial materials out of prisoners' cells. The United States has banned pornography from prisoners for years. I am pleased to see that even a liberal country such as Sweden understands the harm of allowing prisoners access to graphic materials that depict women as sexual objects to be exploited, said Danielle Weiss, senior analyst for media and sexuality at Focus on the Family Action. Porn doesn't just harm prisoners, however, it also contributes to countless broken marriages and addictions, and the hypersexualization of our children. There is simply no room in a decent society for this kind of material. News from Tokyo. Frozen stem cells save British toddler's life. A toddler with a rare form of cancer has been saved after she became the second person in Britain to be given a transplant using frozen umbilical cord stem cells, Fox News reported. 2-year-old Sorrel Manson from Great Watling, Suffolk, has been given only a 30% chance of survival after being diagnosed with an acute myeloid leukemia. Millions of stem cell samples across the world were checked after no match was found in Europe. Doctors eventually found a partial match from a stem cells taken from an umbilical cord frozen in Tokyo. Sorrel made a complete recovery after undergoing treatment with the umbilical cord stem cells from Japan at a Bristol Children's Hospital last year. Sorrel's mother, Samantha Manson, 38, thanked doctors for pulling off a miracle. Scripture for this edition, Isaiah 53, 1-5. Who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we should see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs, and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed.
That's a wrap.